Today we're taking a look at my checklist for Pokemon investing. We're going to take a look at items that if you're able to say the answer to this is yes, then you are on track to make a successful Pokemon investment in all likelihood. At least that's the way I view it. This is my personal checklist for what I run through when I'm thinking about investing in Pokemon. So, is it a sealed product? If the answer is yes, you have passed the first test here, right? Sealed product is the safest thing to invest in the Pokemon TCG. If you're talking about a booster box for a regular standard set, if you're talking about ETB for a special set, special sets don't have booster boxes. ETBs are the next best thing. And they're a great investment because A, you get a lot of packs, around 10 packs in most of them. But B, they look really nice in a collection, right? They present very well. If you're someone who collects Pokemon cards, collects boxes, if you want to put a ETB up on a shelf, it looks a lot nicer than a booster box. But when you're talking about investing, they do take up more space than a booster box. So there's a give and a take there. But if you're talking about a sealed product, you have passed the first test. This has the safest floor for investment and in certain situations, higher ceiling than buying a raw card or a graded card and waiting for it to potentially glow up. That is a volatile market. The single card market is extremely volatile. So I suggest investing in sealed products. Have made that very clear over the last week on the channel. So next checklist item, price. You want to buy low or at the beginning of a wave up. Now, you can buy once something has started to really gain traction, gain momentum. Like if you want to buy some of the later stage Sword and Shield sets and hope that they continue to rise, you can. Is that the safest bet? No. The safest bet is to buy as low as you can, which usually at some point booster boxes are going to be in the $100 to $110 range after they come out, and strike then. Or, ETB. At some point it's probably going to be in the $30 to $50 range. Get it then. Get in then. And you have to be able to wait. That's what investing is, right? You're not investing in something for 6 months to a year. You're investing long term to get the most potential growth, right? So buy low. Buy at the beginning of a set, or you can buy at the very start of a wave up. But you don't want to buy at the peak. You don't want to buy when something is at its absolute most popular. That's a way to potentially lose money, right? Now, next item. Pokemon popularity within the set. Like, are there heaps of popular Pokemon with super rare or hard to pull cards within the set? If so, that is going to make for an enticing set, a set that a lot of people want to get their hands on long term, short term and long term, right? So that's an important factor as well. You look at Evolving Skies, you look at Crown Zenith, some of the most popular sets. You've got great Pokemon with hard pull rates, rare cards. Art quality, in my opinion, is also very important, and that's going to continue to have even more significance, I think, as you've seen some incredible arts from the Sword and Shield era, but moving into Scarlet and Violet, you're seeing even more world-class art. Fantastic art cards. Every set has great art cards now, and so you're going to need to say, does this art stand up? Does it stand up to the rest of these sets? And this is subjective, but usually you can tell if a set has cards that will hit based on look and, again, Pokemon popularity as well. Storability, we talked about this a little bit with ETBs and booster boxes. Do you have the room, wherever you are, or storage, climate-controlled storage, do you have the room to store this product for a while? Because, again, you're not investing for 6 months to a year in almost every circumstance. You're trying to hold for long-term gain. So you need to have a good place to store it, right? These next couple things, for me, they aren't as important as some of the items we've talked about already, but print run can impact long-term success. Print quality can impact long-term success. Pull rates, as I've mentioned, these can have an impact on the ceiling of a sealed product. They absolutely can. To me, they're not as important as a lot of the other stuff we've talked about, but these are all items ideas that can help you succeed in Pokemon investing. The ultimate kicker, though, as I've kind of alluded to, is time. When you're going through this checklist and you get to time, do you have time to wait for the demand of this product to outweigh the supply? Supply and demand is a very simple economic tenet, right? Do you have time to wait for this set to go out of print and for demand to be greater than supply? If you do, you're in great shape. That's the ultimate thing, right? If you're able to buy low and wait for demand to outweigh supply, that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate kicker with Pokemon investing. That's the biggest thing. The final tip, and this won't always be possible, but if you can achieve this, it's great. If you can get in at retail or even below on a great set, which again is subjective, but if you pay attention to some of the things I've talked about today, you can kind of determine what a great set is. If you're able to get in at retail prices or below on a great set, do it, in my opinion, especially at the end of an era. Like, you may not have to wait as long as I mentioned, 5+ years, 4+ years to get that value to spike. Like, it was clear when Evolving Skies came out that it was a huge winner. Great set, right? You could have gotten in early and done very well for yourself, right? Looking at Evolving Skies prices for booster boxes and all the sealed products. That's why I'm in on Crown Zenith. This is an unbelievable set. You can still get ETBs right around retail value. And this is at the end of an era. As I mentioned before, if you can get in at the end of an era, at the end of a generation, and lock in retail prices, you may not have to wait as long, especially on a great set like Crown Zenith. This set just has amazing arts, popular Pokemon, the great gold cards. It's a huge winner. It's one of the best sets I've ever seen. Quite frankly, it really is. So if you can get on a set like Crown Zenith, which you can right now, I say go for it. Again, I'm not an expert. This is just kind of the way I see Pokemon investing, the tactics I'm using to try to grow my investments within the Pokemon sphere. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing. Y'all have a good one.